Okay, so this video today is all about audio modeling Swam. Now, Swam makes a lot of instruments, and recently they added this beautiful feature called More Space for Your Creativity. And basically what it is it allows you to move the instruments around in different spaces so that you can create nice space in the horns and where they sit, or instruments and where they sit. So you can see on desktop, the prices are quite pricey. Yet they do have a sale going on. So I'd say definitely catch them when they're on sale. And if you have, children or anything, you can take advantage that are in school. You can take advantage of the educational features, which is a definite cheaper price. You do have to go through a process of reaching out to them to get that and showing proof. So please read the fine print and all that information. So let's talk about which ones do I think are must-haves, and then also based on the style of music and the case use that you have. So first of all, I'll say this. If you're on iOS, they are much cheaper. So you'll see right now they're doing a sale 33% off. So grab them now if you're going to get them. And then there's the double reeds, trumpets, solo strings, trombones, horns, and tubas. And the big band bundle right here, where you get everything, which is probably what I would say go for if you're really into strings, horns, woodwinds, etc. Okay, which one do I think are must-haves? In my opinion, the saxophones are must-haves. I probably use the tenor sax the most. However, all three of these are really good. The baritone's good too, but you can live without it. But if you're going to buy it in the bundle. Save yourself the money. All right, the flutes, must-haves. In my opinion, sometimes you think you don't want a flute, but a flute can be a really nice instrument sitting in a chill track, or especially if you do ambient music. Those are nice. Double reeds. These are kind of a specialist. I do like the English horn, and it sounds really nice. But if you're going to get it on iOS first, and make sure you're really going to use it. Because if you're not, then it's a waste of money. And I'm being straight honest with you. I bought this set, the solo strings, and I find it probably that I don't use it at all, if I'm blatantly honest. Now, the styles of music I make are so different at different times, depending on what I'm going for. But I do a lot of different styles, and I find this one to be the one thing I don't use that much, unfortunately. Trumpets are a must, no question. So I won't even tell you which one of these is the best. Just grab them all. Just save yourself. I probably use the trumpets and the saxophones the most. I think they're the must-haves. If you could only get 2 bundles, grab those first. Make the flute your next bundle that you would grab. And then everything else after that is what it is. I put trombones in number 4 because the tenor trombone is really good. So depending on the style of music you're making, I'd say put this one in your 4th slot for grabbing. Now these horns and tubas, I've never used them, but the French horn is pretty nice. So if you're going to grab this, put this in your 5th spot. as one that you should grab, but it's not necessary to have. It's kind of a specialty type thing. So that's really my take on this. Get it on iOS first because it's really expensive. If you were going to buy it on desktop, then my suggestion is, second, grab the trumpets and saxophones. Everything else is just nice to have if you can get it. If you're going to buy solo brass, I think if I can remember right, solo brass. I wish they used to show exactly what came in the solo brass. Let's go back to Solo Instruments. There we go. It should tell us here. Solo string. Here you go. So solo brass has trumpets, trombones, horns, and tubas. You're probably, I think, to get them all separate, you're looking at like $750. To buy them as a group, it's $600. So you save about $150. It's almost like getting one for free, practically. So I would say grab the woodwinds and the brass. They're probably the most used. Everything else, I'd probably say, you don't need it. Unless you just really want to hear a solo with a violin, which is pretty nice. So violin, viola, those are cool for solos too, to give you something different. But remember, these are expressive solo string instruments. So that means this is not like an orchestral version of it. You're going to need to build something like that, maybe by putting multiples together, and then you could come up with your own like orchestral like flavor. I'm gonna call it that because I really don't know if that's what it is, but I'm just saying, in my opinion. These are all opinions, by the way. Okay. So yeah, saxophones, trumpets, must-haves. Everything else, added benefits. Flutes, amazing. I would get those. Violins are really good. Trombones are really good. And clarinets are good. So there you have it. All right. I'm out.